to Women at the Front Lines, Women Rise. Yes, my name is Nayiga Madreen, and today on our episode, we have Amanya Goodman Blessing. Yes, she is an entrepreneur. She's an accountant by profession. She is a team leader at Nutripal Company Limited. Yes, so for this particular episode, I'm really excited because she's going to talk more about something that I love most. Yeah, so stay tuned so that you get to know what she is here to talk about. Yes, I'll give her an opportunity to introduce herself. Blessing, welcome to Women Rise.
Thank you. It's an honor.
How are you?
I'm well, excited to
Okay.
be here. Yeah, it's exciting to be
Yeah,
here.
thank you.
for
Thank
the
you for
invite.
coming through.
Thank you so much for the invite.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so briefly, you can tell us who is Amanya Goodman Blessing. Goodman is an English name, too much of English. Yes, it's not a common name. So Goodman, who gives you Goodman as a name?
I know it's such a unique name. My name is Goodman Amanya
Okay.
Blessing. I take Goodman from my dad, so it's a family name. And it's a unique name that I really love
Very
so much, and
unique.
so many people know me by that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Hebrew name. It means Agathosunes, which
Ah,
means goodness, the fruit of the
okay.
Holy Spirit. So you can see,
Yeah.
like goodness.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So about myself, I am a co-founder at Nutripal Company Limited, where we do amazing things. We have cakes, so we have Nutripal cakes,
Okay.
and we also have Nutripal Skills Academy.
Ah.
So at Nutripal Skills Academy, we do mainly training, skills empowerment, and our main target is on the women and the youth.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the Nutripal cakes, definitely
For everyone.
You know, we are here for you. We
And-
give you those delicious, amazing treats. But did you know that actually, I want to believe we are among the few bakeries in town that actually create unique organic products.
Organic.
I'm a health freak and I do cakes. And most people be like, what's that? Like, what's that? So our main target, yes, we do the regular cakes, but we again do those tailored for maybe the dietary related things, like say if you're a diabetic person, you want a healthy treat. That means your cake doesn't have sugar and maybe sometimes not flour, depending on your prescription. And then also we have those who are just saying, maybe I'm on keto diet, I don't want anything to do with calories. So we have some products which actually are custom made. Then you also have those who are intolerant, like eggs, which is like an everyday. Currently, I feel like from the time we began to today, I've seen an increase. When you meet a client and they're like, my children are lactose intolerant, they are egg intolerant, and they're like, they've never had cake. They're always missing out. Whenever they have it, we end up in hospital. I'm like, voila.
Wow.
Come to Nutripal.
Yes. So everyone can eat cake at Nutripal.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's how interesting Nutripal is.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and then about me, I'm a very happy person, a proud mom of 3.
Wow.
Happily married to an amazing man. These days that's something you need to emphasize.
Amazing. Emphasize it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's beautiful. And so before we go into this deep talk, share some of your childhood experiences, one that you think you cannot forget, the crazy ones or the good ones.
Yeah. So I'm from Bushenyi. And I want to believe there is a relationship between our childhood and our today. I'll bring that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I grew up in Bushenyi. I did my primary in Branyanji Junior. I did my O and A level from Branyanji Girls.
Okay.
And growing up, my mom did some bits of baking by then. So I didn't know actually it would end up with me.
No, I see.
I remember when I was little, I used to say, I will not bake and I will not be a teacher. guess what?
You didn't
This
want
is
to
my
be what
dream.
mom was doing.
Yeah, I didn't think that is what, but that's where you see that our background relates to what we end up being in future.
True.
So, and maybe to the parents out there, what we put in our children now has a very, very big impact.
Yeah.
So yeah, I grew up baking. So when I went to Borangi Girls, I did foods and nutrition at O level. Yeah, I'm like, wow, this is exciting. A level, I still majored in foods and nutrition. So I did biology, chemistry, and math.
Wow.
And then struck the foods and nutrition. So still then it was a passion, but I didn't know it would end up like this today.
Yeah.
I still had those big dreams, So I remember in A level, I used to be, even in O level, I would do our end of year parties, senior 4 leavers, senior 6 leavers. I would be the person. Then I remember IFN teacher, she was always calling me, oh, come help me ice some cake. So I think she used to have business. So I would come in and help.
Yeah.
So that's it about high school. But then in between senior 4 and senior 6, whenever I would be in VAC, I would be doing business. I remember my mom is a teacher. My mom was a teacher at Borangi as well.
Okay.
So I would do popcorn and for her. And she takes it as her to the canteen to sell it. I remember she used to complain, but I give you everything. I'm giving you school fees. What's up? And I'm like, Mommy, I just love, like to do something. And senior 4, I started a crisps business.
Wow.
I was in Bushenyi, born and raised in Bushenyi. So I do the crisps and walk around the shops and, like drop and maybe in the evening come by to pick the bunny. Wow. So when senior 5 came, my parents told me, yeah, we are done of, like you being this hard child. Please, no more business ideas, concentrate on studies. I'm like, okay. I studied senior 6, when I got done like this, senior 6, my dad had a shop in town. Both my parents are teachers. So we stay in town. So my dad had like a normal merchandise shop. And that's where, I told him, okay, Daddy, instead of being in the shop, just sitting. Please allow me, we separate it. Go and put like a carousel on the other side. He's like, no, Blessing. Like, can't you concentrate? Like, do this. Why? So I wrote to him a proposal. I remember it was for 200K. And he said, no, Blessing, I'm not going to see you run mad. Just know they would not understand me. So sometimes when you see entrepreneurs, you might not understand that this thing maybe started then. Even me, I didn't know then. I just had the passion to do something. I would be bored by just sitting and not doing anything, not changing something. So I remember I sat down with my mom, convinced her. I told them, guys, if you do this, you're not giving me school fees for campus. They're like, Blessing, we are going to give you this money. Please concentrate. By then I remember, so I grew up a born again child. I'm a Christian,
They're forcing you to.
Yeah. So the biggest reason I would be leaving home would be fellowship. And as a leader, I would be organizing these conferences at Ranyanji. So they would know you're going out for that. So remember in senior 4, I would go out every day to supply to, I like this girl child. So senior 6, I told them, your issue has been me over moving out. What we're going to do, since we are having, I'm going to, like do a restaurant on the side. I will be here. People are going to be picking. I like kawa. So yeah, the rest is history. I did mandazis and katogo for breakfast. So I looked out for the corporate people around in that area. There are like 2 hospitals near home. So I told them, guys, come. I remember I would say katogo and so it was 1K. Oh. It was 1K. Oh. People would come sit, eat their thing. I would do this alone. You're managing the shop, you're doing this. So I would wake up very early, prepare these. People would come in and buy. By the time my Form 6 back ended, I had money for school, for campus.
For campus.
Yes. So, wow. But it was more of like 1 semester. So my parents told me they're paying the first semester. This will be for the second semester, but I should do campus. I need to concentrate because their issue was they were giving me everything.
Why
pocket money, I don't remember any time in my life where I lacked. Up to today, when I call, I don't remember. So I think we're thinking, what is wrong with our child?
And now I'm wondering, do we have this kind of children like you were? your parent is giving you everything and then you still want to also hustle.
I still hustle. So because the most hustling stories you're hearing, people
Mm.
maybe don't have.
Yeah.
Maybe I had everything, but this was an urge for me to create something. And when I'd see people come and purchase these products, I'll be excited, so happy. But also didn't know that it was also molding my business skills,
True.
improving on what I know, how to relate with people. So I go to campus. So at campus, I remember they gave me food science and technology at Chambogo, but I was so sure I was going to hustle because naturally figures come so easy for me. I'm like, let me go and do accounting because this is so easy for me. So I drilled more on the math. Yeah, so I went to UCU, Uganda Christian University, and did I did a bachelor's in business administration. I specialized in accounting. And I remember as soon as I reached campus, now my dad has a honey business. So I told him, I'm going to support you. This school fees, this money I made, you said that I put it in the second semester. Please allow me. We invest in and buy more beehives. That will be having produce to sell at campus.
Wow.
And he was like, now, Blessing, I don't know. Now, instead of you concentrating in school, you are going to be selling honey, moving around. I told him, I promise we are going to now do a shareholding 50-50. I'm going to invest all this money. The 50 will be mine. The 50 will be yours. I was like, let's try it.
How encouraging.
Because I think also on the other hand, he'll be saying no, but he'll be excited. But again, you didn't want to overshow me because, we have also seen students fail to concentrate because of money.
Well, if
so
they have money,
you're looking for a balance of, I don't want my child to be more money-minded. I want them to still maintain their focus. And they'll tell me, you have this money in future. Yeah. So, yeah, I let me call it hooked. I hooked honey. A Goodman's what, even when you go on Facebook, it's still there. Even after now, we still have the honey.
Wow.
Because the farm and I've made it very intentional to keep on investing, keep on following up, because I'm really passionate about business. So campus, I got money. I paid for my campus. I paid. And I don't remember a time when I would be begging my parents for money. So, but remember, again, I'm so passionate about career growth. So again, I excelled at campus. I was among the best students in my course. Wow. So second year, I did internship at Bank of Uganda. Third year, I did internship at URA. So as soon as I finished campus like this, even before graduation, Kenya Airways took me up. Oh. Yeah, so from Kenya Airways, at this time I was still hawking my honey. Up to now, my honey is still, it still sells. So I go to Kenya Airways. While I'm at Kenya Airways, an opportunity with Vivo Energy comes up and I go there. So I remember my contract ended in December, but all this time I would be like, yeah, I'm passionate about accounting. Wait, these things come so easy for me. This is me. But I'm like, cake.
I want to do this.
I want to sell cake. This cake thing really stayed in me, and I felt like I can impact someone through cake. So what I've missed at campus, I used to train people to do cupcakes. I remember they would pay me 20K. So I would hostels there. These people who had shops, I'd go train them and train them also to do them using charcoal, not necessarily like this modern oven. Yeah. So now, when my contract ended at Vivo, I was so sure I don't want to renew it. I was like, this is the time.
Let me dive my own thing.
So I've had so many mentors I'm really passionate about growth. So even in school, I would be those students who the lecturers would be like, yeah, that one, we need to unpick on them. We need to. So I remember when the contract ended, I consulted like 3 of them. They're like, Madam, you're still young. You have just finished campus. Please, there's so many opportunities. We can, there's so many adverts. Everyone wants you. You have the best degree. We know you have the character. You can do this. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, no, let me first become big-headed. So I remember I was staying in Bwere. That time I went, I only had 2 million shillings with me. So I refused to renew the contract. Yes. So with 2 million, I went and bought a charcoal oven. This was 2017. And some ingredients. I did not have a customer. Remember, this is not something I've done in a while. Yeah. I remember by then my current husband, let me say my boyfriend then, was in the UK. And I remember him saying, Blessing, are you sure you can do this? Should I support you? I'm like, yes, I'm sure. It's like, if you're going to do this, I'll support you. But I think in his entire life, he had also not had me even cook or do water. So I'm sure these are things we never talked about.
How are you going to do this?
Yeah, I'm thinking so. So he's like, but if you're going to do that, I'll support you because you're really passionate about what you decide to do. Yeah, so I did. I remember it was my first client through someone. Someone called me. I need a cake for 150K. I'm like, hey, I've just bought the ingredients. What's the recipe? I'm like, all I remember was I would use my eyes and measure things and they come out.
Oh, really?
Yes. I'm like, yeah, this is where we're beginning from. I did the cake. Up to now, they tell me that cake and the cake I do is the same cake. I'm like, wow. Like my eyes, and because now after that I had to measure and quantify so that I have like a standard thing. So that the next clients, I don't really go wrong on it. Yeah, so he supported me through. I remember it was like 3 weeks into my starting business, and then an opportunity with Coca-Cola beverages came up. I'm like, yeah, here we are. So my mentor said, Blessing, take this on. And my other hat was saying, no, you know, you've heard of people want to resign from employment, but every other time they're making the decision, I'll go, I'll not. Okay, this year I'll go, then another year passes. I'm like, if I go in, it will be hard. But now I made up my mind because why did I want to join again? I said I'm going to join while I'm doing the business and like work at the same time. My purpose is one to have to gain the organizational skills in terms of how do I manage my small business. Because now in all these other places, I was like, I would work. So here I went in with a purpose. I'm coming in to work, but I want to know, Coca-Cola, how does your advertising contribute to your sales? How do you manage your team? So I came in with a purpose to learn, to use this as a space where I'm excelling in my work, but at the same time, I am picking these skills because ultimately I was sure I wanted to do business. I was so sure. So I'm I said, what, my God, Coca-Cola, thank you so much. I got so many so many clients, my workmates, whoever would test the cake, people supported up to today. They're still the clients. By the time I spent a year at Coke. By the time a year ended, I was so sure I need to resign so that I can still go back anytime and work. And because now it had reached a point, demand in business had grown. So I would leave work and bake the whole night and ice. In the morning, deliver. I would leave like a delivery person and give them like all this. So you'd find I'm at work and I am thinking, I can't wait to go home and bake. I can't wait to go home and bake.
Everything is.
Yes, so it reached that point where it was so clear that your time here is done. So I'm excited. I left really well. Yeah, and the rest is history. So that's how I started. By then it was Planet Cakes. Okay. Started out in a one bedroom house. By then I was not yet married. I got married 2018. So when we got married, now my husband helped me and we got a garage. Now here I would bring in workers. I remember I had like 5 workers. By the time a period ended, I realized the workers were so many in, they were interacting with the people's privacy. And that's how we decided to open an outlet. So with Nutripal, it's been organic. That's what I can say. You see, it started from slowly. Journey, and that's what usually I want to encourage people out there to do. Organic growing is very beautiful. It seems slow, but once you're passionate about something,
passion is very important.
It's very important. And then COVID came. Yeah, COVID was amazing.
Amazing.
Business-wise.
I thought things didn't really work out in COVID.
At first, because we just opened an outlet, we had both for training and for food. So that of training had to be closed. So we were affected. And remember, it was closed in a way that you're waiting to open, they don't open. Yeah. That's rent another month. Open, they don't open.
They keep adding.
Yeah, but now this side of the food, by then we'll do all these the other items, the chapati, the bread. People bought these items. It was so amazing.
Oh.
And if you're someone who trusts God, you keep saying, yeah, God, thank you so much. Because even people who saw us open, we opened and COVID came.
So COVID was a blessing.
It was, I don't say it was a blessing because COVID was bad.
Yeah.
But during that season, it was a season for us to do self-discovery as a business. How can we thrive in challenging times? How can we be innovative in challenging times? So you see, when you're in business, your toes are always, you have to be on your toes all the time so that you're able to be creative. When something comes up, you're thinking, because I remember during COVID and now, because I have that background, I've done the BBA. I didn't mention I've done my master's.
Wow.
Still in the same line, business administration.
Wow.
Why I maintain that is because my passion for business. With business, you can't succeed or excel at it if you don't have some basics in some things. So now in some of the things that we studied, we have economics. So I remember during COVID, as you're watching the news and they're telling you wheat prices are almost going to go high. They haven't. As a business person, you do what? Now you plan. These things help you to plan in advance. So you have to be aware of all the layers, the microeconomical layers, all these. You have to now be on your toes to know what's happening. Yes.
So you cannot just come from where you're coming from and then boom, I want to be a business person. You need something.
No, you can't.
There's
there's like no formula to this.
Yeah.
But for me, who believes in starting something and I don't fail, I feel like I always have to put skills in myself. You can't pour from an empty place. So even for the things you can't know everything, but where there's an opportunity for you to actually learn these things, learn management. Now, I want to believe I'm still young. I'm a youth. I manage people who are even much, much older than me. I have a great team. You cannot come and you're managing them your way and you think things will work. You have issues with team management, and yet they're the core of excellence at work. If you appreciate the effort human beings put in a business, they actually, for us at Neutral, I believe they are, like they're our power. The moment they're happy, there's customer care, people come to work, there's motivation, there is less turnover. It's so much. So management did it for me. Yes, I learned that from Coca-Cola where I was working. Also, moving from a corporate world to business is a very good thing. When you first work there's a way you're different. You're not going to come in and you're bossing. You're humble. Because now at Nutripal, I think I've even said
mostly when you're dealing with people.
When you're dealing with people,
people.
At Nutripal, we believe in people, giving them a space to air out their views, a space to be innovative. If it wasn't that, I wouldn't be here. I would be there because the client's already there. There's a training going on. True. But when you empower the people, all the processes are easy. When you put systems in place, everything comes out easy at the end of the day.
So that even if you're not there, things are still moving.
Yeah, you cannot be there. You see, the main purpose of a team leader or a managing director is for you to be able to think strategically. Where is this business going in the next 2 years? Where are we going wrong? Where can we improve? As the teams are feeding you the reports, as you're having team meetings, most of your thinking should be strategic, not too much operations. So the operational manager should be able to take care of that. So where things are not right, you have those brainstorming engagement meetings and things that are being made better. So that's what we believe. So for you to be a good leader, you have to yes, let's say good leaders are born, but also they are made. Yeah, true. We are work in progress. Even up to today, every other day I want to know, how can I be better? So we have appraisal. I am also appraised. Oh, yes. Wow. Yes. This is a business you're building to last generations. I want to believe that one day my daughter will come up and take on that business. How will she do it? She also has to start slowly. Come in, work, make your way up there. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I can say.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, the entrepreneur, she has been an entrepreneur since childhood, and yeah, she is still doing so. So there are a lot of people into this world, bakery world. We've seen a lot. How are you keeping yourselves relevant as Nutripal? How are you keeping yourself relevant? How are you being innovative? A lot of competition around.
Yeah, that's a very good one, I must say. But if you're in the business world, I don't know how to bring it out, but we want to believe competition is good.
Yeah.
It keeps you on your toes. And surprisingly, we work together with even our competitors, partnerships. Yes. Because the end game is not to serve just the customers. Like I said, at Nutrival, we want to empower the whole of Uganda. I can assure you, we cannot do it alone.
Yeah.
It is hard to do it alone.
Yeah.
So the moment you learn the art of working together, I have so many bakers I work with. I have so many trainers I work with. We have so many organizations that are coming on board because in our training model, we are reaching out to the girl child, to the woman, to the youth. Wow. So we have two kinds. We have where people are able to come and pay, and then we have some where we are going to the grassroots. We're going to that woman who cannot give you chukumi even if you want to give them a skill. So what do? We have some organizations coming in to, pay for them. We have CSR as Nutripal. We reach out and go and train them. Wow. And how innovative we are, even in our training, we are working directly with farmers. So like I said, we are doing the dietary, the healthy organic products. These are hard to do without the farmers. Because what are we doing? We are doing the wheat replacement, which is, like I told you, COVID. Yeah, COVID was challenging, but out of the challenge came out something which is really amazing. So being able to use our locally available organic products in Uganda, that's already import substitution. Alone, just that is amazing. You're able to support a farmer. I'm equally a farmer. Yeah, but you're able to support a farmer. What do I mean a farmer? Look at, for example, people who sell pumpkins. Have you ever been there and you see someone say they have just a garden of pumpkin? No. Why? Because there's no money in pumpkin. Just they'll go there and sell it 1K and the person in Kampala will sell it 3K. So for us, we do pumpkin cakes. I went out to source pumpkin farmers. Someone be like, I threw like 3 in my banana plantation. You're like, okay, I need maybe 10 kgs. How do I? So I need several. So the other is like, oh, maybe I threw it somewhere. Oh, maybe, my God. So the moment you're able to tell a farmer that, okay, what you do, use the right farming practices. Let's plant this pumpkin. After planting this pumpkin, let us harvest it well. After harvesting it well, let us dry it well. The biggest issues come at drying and maybe the chemicals. Pumpkin, for lately, we don't see a lot of chemicals in pumpkin. Yeah, we are seeing them in cassava, we're struggling with cassava. Yeah, let us dry it well. Let us look at how neat we are as we're drying it well. Let us look at how we can buy it then at that stage. Yeah. I'm assuring you, market, please do for me the right thing. So we call them Nutri farmers. So now the impact there is that now imagine this man or lady. We usually want to work with women, but we've also embraced men. Because initially we started when our focus was on women, but we actually realized that we don't just need to empower only women. If you find a man who's there and who is willing to work with you, we partnered with the farmers. So now this woman or man or couple in, let's say, a park is going to come in and do this. You're going to train them. They're getting free training skills. They're going to get the good yield. They're going to be able to sell at a higher price, even if they don't sell to me. Some people, by the way, have been able to actually sell to other people. I'm excited about that because we're not just looking at just us. Like I said, we cannot do this to Uganda alone. And then their yield is going to be higher. Their price is going to be higher. At the same time, now some are learning. I can make a pumpkin chapati out of this. I don't need to buy wheat from, like the transport to come here. Because most of them, you find that the town is maybe 10 kilometers away. So transport, then the price already is higher because also these people bought it maybe from Kampala. So they're going to be able to make that or pumpkin mandazi and sell it in their home. Are you seeing the impact?
And it still tastes the same as...
And the taste may be different, but it's great for people who appreciate. But also in these places, you find that actually this is going to come at a lower price than the other price. So people are going to make sales. And then the other bit is they're going to have income.
Yeah.
What does this income do?
True.
So much. So
much.
I usually want to say we are human rights activists. So what for us, we are practical. We want to see a direct thing, not just talk, but want to see it direct. How is it happening? So now this lady who has sold a pumpkin chindazi is going to be able to make money. This is going to reduce on their conflict in the home. There's income coming in. So our research was done in 2015, and poverty actually causes a lot. It leads to so much conflict, to the violence, so much. So the moment you're already tackling poverty, you're already reducing so much,
in our communities.
Yes, the gender-based violence thing, so much. So now this same lady is going to be able to have something to present to the table. They're going to develop as a home. So the income per home, per capita, is increasing. Then at the same time, as we leave that, this woman is going to be able to take her child to school from this same thing. This is at the grassroots. It's happening at the grassroots. I'm not transporting them to Kampala to do this. We want to see impact happen where you are. We want to see everywhere devolve. What can we do when we come to your home? What can we use to make money? Wow. That's usually our model.
And that's really a brilliant idea, because
thank you.
Most of us look at people here. You go to the market and get everything from here. You leave the people who are really doing the farming down.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah, so for us, we believe in working together. Working together is amazing. We also have a partnership running currently. We're training women and girls in slums here in Kampala.
Oh.
So it's not just even here in Kampala.
Tell us more about the training. How do people get into this?
So with the partnership running, they're the ones who help mobilize these people, and then we're able to train them. So as we train them, remember now, currently everyone is training. So we want to see how different are we. So as we train them, we take them through our incubation process. What is incubation? What do we do under incubation? Sometimes these people want to start working. They've learned a skill. You can connect them somewhere, and you find they're not employable. They have the skill, but they're not employable. So we're doing the capacity building. Okay. Two, those ones who are able to start making money. We have a lady who works at a salon, and she's able to actually make budadis to sell to the clients who come to the salon. So however small the impact is, we appreciate it. We want to see a difference. Because this is what is going to reduce these thieves here in Kampala, the idlers, the street children. Because to that girl child, if they're able to, so many people actually now with the SMEs currently, when you meet with fellow entrepreneurs, if you ask them what's your issue, they'll tell you banange workers. Go talk to the salon person. Be like, Havana, they coming.
The next month they are going.
Or they come in like they don't have character. Or like human resources is really a challenge. So even as you're training them to be employed, to provide employment opportunities, you want to mold them. Currently, when you go to the restaurant space, they'll tell you, chefs are the hardest people. Yeah? Retaining them, they come in, but when you train them, you give them these skills, you tell them how they operate in a workplace, then they are also accountable because you have given them the skill. This organization is directly in charge of where they're coming from. There's sort of like an accountability line. They're going to come and work, and you really see them coming back to appreciate. But our main target is on job creation. We want them to be job creators. So we have a partnership running with also a company that does liquid soap. So we're not just doing, yes, we are, our ultimate thing is we are into baking. But again, we first start with self-discovery. We don't just want to bring you from the slum and train you in cake when you want to
You
sell
want to do
liquid soap,
something else.
when you want to do something else. So now that survey and all that is done,
Now
and then now we
that
place
goes
you in
back to
different
passion. The passion you kept talking about right from childhood.
passion is very
Very
important.
important.
Very important. It's not
Yeah.
about making money. It is about doing something that you know once you do it and you do it right, you know that even your Father in heaven is happy. And you know what the Bible says?
Yeah.
When you do something small faithfully, then more is added unto you. So I
Mm.
want to believe that as we train people, let them do what they're happy about. We also have fresh graduates from school.
A lot, and very many young people out there on the street. Unemployment is really high.
It's really high.
Yeah.
So that's more that we're able to do currently at Nutripal. On top of just giving skills, we're also partnering with Cyber School Uganda, where we are offering internship trainings, placements. And currently our special focus is on PWDs, people living with disability.
Thank you.
Yes. It is God. Yeah, it is God. We are so passionate to see everyone needs to improve.
mean, from the tests that I get as a person, there's a lot you're doing to the people in community.
Yeah, and we want to do more. So we are calling out for more partners come on board. We alone we cannot do this.
Yeah.
We want more partners. Even bakeries. What you're talking about competition. Let me talk about that aspect as well. So now when we get this pumpkin from the farmer, we turn it into flour. Come and use it at the bakery. Our bakery will not be able to consume all that. So we want to train other bakeries to be able to reproduce these healthy products. That way, we shall contribute to more healthy products on the market. And, if you see the World Health Report Organization, the World Health Organization report of 2022, it said that a lot of these non-communicable diseases are coming as a result of eating things that are less in minerals, highly processed, no integrity. Someone uses oil, they will use it because they're making money. What is it doing? Causing cancer, causing diabetes, causing so much. So if we can work together as a value chain, because alone you cannot do it as a value chain, definitely we're going to reduce those non-communicable diseases. Wow. We are going to increase on food security because we're working directly with the farmers. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So they're into health, our health part, they're working on it, the employment part, the social part, social well-being of people. I mean, a lot with NutriPan. And we are really so privileged to having hosted you here today.
Thank you so much. We're humbled. Thank you for inviting us. Thank you so much.
So there is a lot you're doing, and many Ugandans are benefiting from this. Do you follow up with the people that you give these trainings?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's the most important thing. Accountability. We follow up, and sometimes you find even someone maybe has not gotten a placement. You follow up if there's another bakery that needs someone, or a hotel, because we are in so many networks. I mean, you will. I'm with a border. So many times, the other day they were asking for a manager in a carpentry farm. So because you know that you've worked with these people, they're authentic. The people with internships at our workplace, they've learned these values. Just an internship might sound so funny to you, but in today's world, you hire a graduate and you're shocked. They don't keep time. They don't know that reports are supposed to be done.
True.
They'll come dressed how? Just the work ethic alone, without going deep, is just really wanting. That if you just go for an interview, someone will be like, nah, not that one.
And right from there, share with us some of your work ethics that have really kept you into this.
Our work is simple. It's like a normal corporate environment. Well, we're in the informal sector. I can tell you when we started out, it was hard because we started with systems from the start. So you're hiring these workers and you're telling them we have a work culture here. So a work culture is very important in a workspace. We have a work culture here. This is A and B. These are rules and regulations. This is what. Yeah, I remember a time when the guys had come in when we just started and it was appraisal time, and there's like 3 of them, they were like, the second call appraisal. Like, madam, are you sure I've not been performing well? We're like,
then why are you scared of
and
being
we had
appraised?
brought someone to train them. So there's so much training that goes on to actually teach them. An appraisal is just a tool that helps you, blah, 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 blah. And somebody's like, oh, but it still reaches the time they're like, no, second jikola. Where I was working, we actually never used to be appraised. How come for you? I might not doing the right thing. So coming from that mentality of training them. So at the start we're harsh. When we're starting, we're going to train you. If you're not willing to take on our culture, we shall let you go. And we let go people. But after the first round, the second round, because the other ones who came for the culture, those who had stayed, maintained the culture. I currently have a chef who has been with us for 3.5 years.
Oh,
yeah. You need to make your workplace an interesting place to be.
yeah.
Where someone is waking up in the morning and I want to be at. They need to know the rules. Motivated doesn't mean they're going to do anything they want to know. They need to know I check in at this time, I check out at this time, I communicate in time.
Wow.
Deliverables. Now, for example, if there are cake orders, a cake order has come in, it needs to be placed, and this delivery time is key. So all those things have to be followed. And that is the same way you'll be appraised. And then when you also have these meetings, you're able to have some of these things come out, the issues that are maybe coming up. There's a time we had a toxic worker who was trying to, but because the guys already engraved in the culture, they're able to say, madam, we cannot deal with this person. Okay. Yeah, this person is just telling us to just be disobedient, to be this and this. I think she needs to leave. So it's culture in a space is however little that business is, by the way. If you don't have culture, it will eat you. Yeah. Your workers are going to be your bosses. Because someone will be like, oyagala nkole cake or toyagala nkole. Why are you putting all those things? Because these guys, some of them come, they've worked in other places that don't have these things. So when they come to your space, they're shocked. So when they find other people following all these things, then they definitely do. At the end of the day, we must have reports. So to the person coming to the reception, that cash report is important. Wow. Yes, everything is very key. Wow. And now the fact that we do capacity building for even people who are starting their own businesses. Yes, happily I'm an accountant. So training them on the bookkeeping is key. But also we have partners on board. One of our partners in the Digital Skills Academy is a lawyer. Okay. So they actually also do pro bono services for these women in the village and all that. So it's not like I do this myself. We work with a team. We work with partners to ensure that we have quality things on board. Yeah. Wow.
And your business is mainly with people. So how do you deal with the customers? One of the hardest maybe moments you have experienced with your customers, and how do you handle these challenges?
That's still a good one. Well, customer is king. All the way, like I said, since I already have a good experience from way back, customer is king. But they must find you with policies. When I walk in, for example, we have a ready-to-go cake. Our policy is that it must be a buttercream cake. All you have to specify is just the color. You don't specify the flavors because it's there and then, meaning the cake is already baked, the cake is already iced, and all that. But now you find a customer who walks in and is like, I need a ready-to-go cake, and it's a Spider-Man. So if you don't have a policy in place, you're going to take on that Spider-Man and mess it up, and feedback will be bad. Yeah. So we stuck to our policy. If you want a Spider-Man cake, order a day in advance. That means 24 hours a day and a night, we're able to give you the cake the next day, since we have workers working on shifts. So if you walk in and you want a Spider-Man and that's it, and that's then, we're happy to accept to go somewhere else. So some of these things come with hardship in terms of, you're like, I need that come and never. But the moment you don't have policies that guide how you take on certain things, you end up having, you mess up and you end up having that bad feedback, and you lose even that customer. You are trying to do something for them, but you lose them. So these are things that have come, of course, from experience. As we started out, because we have chefs on standby, but we want to take on things that we can do there and then. So the normal customized cake orders, 24 hours, strictly 24 hours. The ready cakes, when you say, I need a ready cake, we ask you, what color? You're like, blue. What should we write on? Jesus. We write on and it goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're really excited to maintain our customers. All I can say is customer retention is very key in a business. And the moment you study that art, you are good to go, which means so many people here try to look for many new customers and they forget what they already have in the pocket. So the advice would be start with the ones you have in the pocket and add on. That way you continue to grow steadily, and that's how we're able to start these healthy products. Because we started out doing completely regular products, and then it reached a time where you'd be calling, oh, hi Sarah, what's up? It's been a whole 6 months, no cake order. Like, oh no, I just realized I can no longer do lactose. You're like, okay. You can't do anything. So we write that down. So we also have a system where we write down all the feedback is key in business.
Very key.
Everything. Over you come and say you are not looking good. We need cake slices.
You're not down.
Not down. So reach a time where we tabulate and use the data we have. That way when we're making decisions, we make them on an informed basis. So that's how, because so many customers, let's say almost 40% of our customers, we're actually saying, oh, by the way, me, I decided to start losing weight. I can no longer do those products. You're like, wow, this customer used to, order like 30 cakes in a year. We have this customer. Okay. Can't we do research? So we've done a lot of research. We've worked with so many labs, Yuri, and so many others. And yeah, we've created some products and some are still yet to come.
Wow. So where do we see NutriPal Bakery, NutriPal Training Academy? Where do you see this in the next 5 years or 10 years to come?
Yeah. In the next 5 years, I see it exciting. How? I'm seeing us, first of all, we want to be working with other bakeries. 2, we are rolling out the flowers. That means we're going to be able to, like I had said earlier, supply, because currently we're not doing that. It's a plan that's already in place. Want to supply to these other bakeries, train them, because they actually, maybe the research we've put into this has been so much, so draining, but this passion keeps us going. And it's not yet done. So the moment it's done, we are looking at rolling it out, train them, because once our recipe is out, all I have to do is maybe add this and this, add water to this, and you have a product for the client. This is for this. So one thing I didn't mention is that we're working with food scientists.
Okay.
So these things I can't do them alone. I have very little knowledge in the carbon chains that are in this, the gluten breakdown of all this. So for us to have it right, we are working with food scientists so that we're able to create the right products. So when the products are certified by UNBS, we hope to roll them out, work with bakeries, and together these non-communicable diseases are going to go down or go. Yeah. Because even in your circles, I can imagine you're going to look at people who are telling you, oh, I'm on weight loss. Then you're like, but I cheated yesterday. Don't you have those ones? I remember a certain client told me, Nayiga Blessing, why is it that good things are like the ones which are sour, the greens, the dodo, and yet like this simanya, a lot of sugar, a lot of other ones they're telling us to reduce.
So we keep taking in more sugar.
Yeah, so that's NutriPal. NutriPal is here to make sure you enjoy, but again, you're healthy. Yeah, so in the next 5 years, we see ourselves, our network for farmers is going to increase. They're looking at working with the bakeries and producing more products also for customers and maybe eventually exporting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
Yes, and then to the training, because we're going to train these bakeries, we are training the women in the villages. By the way, when it comes to training, I even feel like crying. Because when you just go there, sometimes you find rigid people who are telling you, I don't think, because first of all, I don't have money. Oh, you show me this. We're like, tujatandikira wano waka. Tukozese ki. Initially used to use stevia, by the way. It's just that now the report came out and it's not as healthy. It also has a component in it which leads to cancer.
Okay.
Stevia is a sweetener. So that report is not yet out completely, but we put it on hold. So, but when we come to your village, can we get honey? Yeah, we can't fail to get honey. Can we get pumpkin suju? You can't fail.
Yeah.
Eggs, you can't fail. So, because we actually even have these organic eggs that locally, the ones from local birds, the white ones. And boom, you have a product. Things like mandazi, what do you need? Like 3 items and you're done. And then there you're making money. So they're like, so sometimes you don't need to, because the mindset is that you need so much to do something.
Yeah.
And yet with little, you can start and you continue growing. So all are okay, but the little is, let's start from where we are and you grow. That's what we want to see the impact. So now 5 years, look at all these women we've trained. Look at their children going to school. Even whoever, now we want to start having the data and being in touch with the women, those ones going to school. Maybe we see in future, maybe 10 years from now, where they, it's exciting because education is key. Education is very, very key. Look at them happily married.
And also it's key, having a skill.
You're having a skill, you're earning money, because the moment there is money in, anyway, I don't believe in doing things that there's no money.
Money is a very important factor.
It is very important. I mean, I do ministry at church. I'm in Mothers Union. I do, but that is okay. I'm doing this for God. But I don't believe in, because the Bible also, I don't see people who know God this much and they're done struggling. No, we can change the narrative. How? By doing these little things. The little things. We have our partner on board who does tailoring for the women. It's a story. You just see a woman learn how to knit, because now the incubation centers, we want to currently only have here in Tinder, but we also want to extend them to maybe at least maybe one in every not district, maybe the west, the north. That way they don't have to start with everyone owning a tailoring machine. Once there is this center, there may be 5, you don't need so much. Someone comes and makes a dress and sells it. That's all they need. And maybe kudos to people out there already have incubation centers, because they're doing so much. They're doing so much. So together we can really change so much.
Yeah, together we can change so much. And I would ask you to speak to the young women, the young girls. What lessons do you give to the young women?
To the young women, like I said, me, I'm a happy person. Just be yourself. That's the first thing. Be yourself. Don't pretend. Don't wish to be someone else. Don't put on someone's. Be yourself. I want you yourself. Understand within you, what is your passion within you. What is your passion? What would you, I usually tell the ladies I mentor, what is that one thing you do, even that when there is no money, you'd still continue doing it? Because with business, it's not like money will be there every day. Some businesses you make up to 5 years without making any profit, and after 5 years you start breaking even. That's why you hear that maybe most businesses collapse within the first year, and also 3 years. 1 and 3 years. Why? Because at that point there's no money coming in. You're seeing darkness, and it's the most saddest time. But at that point, when there's passion, resilience moves you to another point. And the moment you hit that mark, now you start making the money. So to that young person out there, what is that thing within you? I usually call it personal development. What is that one thing within you that you think you can do even when there's no money, you'd happily do? Or even when you're sleeping. Then after that, can you skill up? Can you grow it? Because we have it and it's still babyish. Can we grow it so that you're a master in that skill? 3, start. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Start.
The problem is starting.
Start. Yes, the moment you start, things keep. Even as we started, did I know today I would be doing this? No. The most leap of faith you need to do is start. Even to the corporate people, I usually have some sessions with corporate ladies. They're saying, I want to leave, but what do you think I can do? They may say, what do you think I can do? It's a hard question for me to think what you can do. But the most important thing, whatever you think you can do, and now you see in the corporate environment, people already have some money or have an avenue to get some funding. Start. The moment you start, so much grows out of there. Then the other bit maybe is resilience, tenacity. Life is not easy itself. Life is not easy, but when we are resilient, when we are hardworking, when we are passionate, at the end of the tunnel, there's light. And lastly, partnerships. Partnerships have made me, have made us. I'm also a co-founder of another company called North Roads Consults Limited. It's an engineering construction firm. And I've seen what partnership does. So to New Triple Skills Academy, we have a new partner on board. It is, my God, the ones who have even bought this partnership for the training the women in slums. Partnership, don't look at the next person as a competitor. Look at if you work together, if you collaborated, what would you bring to the table? You'd see so much flourishing, so much growing out. And together we're going to empower this economy. That's the ultimate goal. Change the health, live longer, have that income, contribute to the GDP of this country. So much.
A lot.
Yeah.
And as we get to the conclusion of the conversation, it is December. So where do people, a very busy month, where do people find your dripper?
Find us in Tinder, Goa Road, and even on our socials, Nutripal Cakes, Nutripal Skills Academy. Please support us. Please, when you support us with that cake, it is changing a life of someone down there in the village. Yes. Order with us. We have amazing products. We're going to be open throughout the season. Send in your orders.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Goodman.
you so much.
Thank you for
and
coming.
Thank you for
through.
having me.
Yeah. Thank you so much to you, our viewers. Thank you for always watching Civic Space TV, Women at the Front Lines. Yes, where we get to host different women, share their stories. There is a lot going on in society, and here at NutriPower, they are impacting a lot in society, giving back to the people, yes, that we live with. It has been a good show. I've been your host, Madreen. See you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.